Hey Aquarius, this is Chronic Joy Tarot, and this is going to be your April 2018 general reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And it's spring. Hello. So we're going to read from the Oracle card that I pulled for you guys is from an Oracle deck based on the poetry of Rumi. And it's really a lovely, beautiful deck. I love the artwork, and I'm really enjoying getting to know this deck. The card I pulled for you right now, get it? We're doing the tree spread here using the Zen Tarot cards this month too. And the card that I pulled for you is this card called LAYLA. It's gorgeous. If you see this artwork, let me just get it a little closer. I love it. So the concept of this card is it's talking about addressing sort of the unknown. Okay, let me one little excerpt from this poetry in the little guidebook says, "Your thought takes a course, dragging you in its wake. Move beyond thought. Let your heart lead. Be the leader." So this is talking about being in a space of unknowing, sort of being in darkness, and finding comfort in that, and knowing that being in that darkness and being in a space of unknowing is the path to knowing. So it's asking you, if you can, to find to find your comfort in not knowing, because really, if we really think as humans that we plan it all out and we know every step and we know exactly where we're headed and what's happening, but in truth, we don't know. We really don't know. And if you are in a profound space of not knowing right now, the guidance is to step right into that darkness. Be willing. You're not going to become lost. You'll actually find your way if you just let that darkness and that sense of unknowing be there. In that darkness is where the seed can crack open and take root. It happens in nature. Deep into the womb, the seed is placed, and in that darkness and in that space of that dark space, life is grown, life becomes, right? The seed takes root and the plant and the flower grows. Right now there's darkness, but you're on your way to light. You're on your way to knowing. If you can find some sense of joy in that, and knowing that your answers are coming, the light is coming, and try to find a way to just rest in the unknowing, you're on your way to finding out. Okay, so if there's a specific situation that you are in where you have no idea the outcome, then this reading, definitely is a direct reflection of that. If you don't have a specific situation like that, we're going to practice just that general concept. We're going to practice just that sense of trust, right? Trusting in life, in the space every space that we find ourselves in, trusting that it brings us to the next great place, okay? So let's start reading. We're going to do the tree spread here. This is where you are. This is your starting point. Look at that. Wow, 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 Aquarius. Transformation. So yeah, this in that darkness, in that place of not really knowing what your future holds or not really knowing what your next step is, that is the transformation you're seeking, because it starts within, right? This is happening from the inside out, and you're in a powerful, powerful place right now. If you are on the cusp of a decision that you have no idea of the outcome, or a decision or a situation where you just can't see the outcome, know that just by resting in the moment and trusting it, you're making huge changes for yourself, right? when the outcome reveals itself, or as your path moves toward it, you will be so pleased with yourself that you were able to sit and rest in every moment and every experience on your way to that knowing. You will feel stronger, more courageous, and that you are really in touch with the path of your soul. I love this as a starting point. It's beautiful. Okay, internally, your energies are asking for, look at that, I love this. Internally, your energies are asking for you to remain friendly, really, with you and the course of your life. Remain friendly, remain rooted in your desires, rooted in what it is you want, and also welcoming, maybe unexpected changes, maybe unexpected occurrences that change your path a little bit. Welcoming that. And if unexpected things come and they don't feel so good, they don't feel good intrinsically, and you will know this intuitively, then you can divert yourself around it. But that is the journey. The not knowing is the journey. It's a tough one. This is a tough one for us to get when we're guided by our thoughts and plans and structures. But this is a deep dive here for you guys. This is a deep dive right now. Okay? Then in your external world, you're being called to turn inward, right? So the without is asking to go within. And I love that. So meditate more, practice moments of no thought if you can. It's not the easiest thing. There is no perfect right way to do this, but practice moments like that. I like to just sort of sit in nature. It's very easy for me to meditate when I'm just in nature, because you're surrounded by the force of life in that way, right? Whether it's, by the sea or in the forest, or even in a park, or high atop a building in the city and you can see the landscape. I mean, there are many ways to experience it, but that's my favorite way to meditate, because that force of life that's around me, the trees or the ocean or the plains and the hills, whatever it is you're seeing, that takes you out of yourself. That reminds you that you are really just you're an important part of the universe, but you really are a speck, right? And it takes you out of your mind and out of those thoughts that, the decisions you have to make, or the schedules that you're on, or all those thoughts that are necessary to get us through our day. Just, allow yourself a few moments of no thought if you can. In a bathtub, in a massage, it's really easy to slip into the rhythm of those moments. Doesn't have to be, meditate an hour a day. Give yourself 5 minutes, right? Just find ways to turn in, because there is a lot of changes that can happen from within if you just tap into that. Go deep and allow it. Okay, your next steps, Aquarius, to move to that higher level of understanding, this is the key card here, and how to get there, is slowing down. Love it. Love this for you. Okay, so I'm going to jump back to those of you who may have an outcome you're seeking, or, an unknown that you don't know how a situation is going to turn out. And like I had said earlier, rest in that unknowing. Just trust that darkness. This is exactly saying that. Just be in this very moment. As slowly as the tortoise moves or the turtle moves, there is, in every moment there's more to see, right? He sees the next pebble and the next blade of grass and the next creature, the next insect. Slowly, one thing at a time. And this is asking you that in that darkness, in that space of unknowing, to just absorb it and be there. Because the knowing is coming. It's coming. Okay? Next steps, you're sort of raising your vibration in relation to this situation will create. Oh, look at this. Oh, beautiful. Oh, wow. You're on your way, let me tell you right now, you are on your way to some pretty amazing connectedness as far as being your truth, living your truth, knowing and being so sure of yourself in every moment, and not being afraid to show that, not being afraid to live it out loud. The central card here for your elevated space as it relates to learning to live with the unknown, you're going to rely more on your inner voice, which is the most important, right? That's the most important part of your transformation, is to tap into your own intuition more. But you'll also learn to integrate seeming sort of opposites in your life, well, first of all, the first integration I can think of is the basis of this card is the darkness and the light. And you're going to learn to consider it all in your journey. But any other opposites, say there's people that you have conflict with, or, your passions versus your sense of duty, or anything that feels opposite and at odds with each other, you are going to begin to learn to embrace it all. And all of that ball of energy lives within you, and that's what you move forward with. And what that creates in your external world is this sense of this rebel card, this sense of your fullest, full on, full out, unique self just showing up in the world. And not really apologizing if someone doesn't agree, right? Not really, not being, combative about it. This rebel is just breaking his own chains, right? He's breaking those chains that are that were tying him down. But just feeling that capacity to just live out loud your full, true self. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading for you guys, Aquarius. I really love it. And if there is not a particular situation that you feel sort of is an unknown for you, and you're waiting for answers or you're waiting for outcomes, if that's not the case and there's nothing specific that comes to mind, then just, begin to practice some of this. Begin to practice, or, put it in the back of your mind so that when an occurrence, comes about, that will be ready to teach you this lesson of stepping into that darkness, because it's the path to the light. You'll remember this. You'll remember, oh yeah, I can do this, right? That's going to make me stronger from the inside out. That's going to give me my soul growth that I'm looking for. And a lot of it relies on slowing down, being in the moment, and trusting your inner voice. You've got this. Big transformations coming for some of you. I love it. If this did not resonate for you, you can look on your moon and rising signs on my channel. But I love this. Anybody can take this guidance at any time and apply it to their life. And for right now, Aquarius, it's you. Okay? Find me on Instagram. I'm doing little daily readings there. It'd be fun to see you there if you want to go ahead and follow me. It's Living Chronic Joy. Doing little video readings, and sometimes I just do a little blurb and a photograph of cards, but that's starting to ramp up now. So find me there. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in the middle of the month. Take care.